Hey there, everyone. Jacqueline Jax from AVA Live Radio here with a release radar. I know. Lots of new tracks came in, of course. I mean, what would we be without amazing musicians to listen to these days? And I am so excited that you guys are here because you get to go over all of them with me. So don't forget, if you're listening to this live stream right now, wherever you are, definitely leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the music because I would love to hear your take on what you're hearing in the music today. I mean, music is coming in from everywhere all the time, right? I mean, it's not hard to believe that everyone with a home studio can't figure out a way to produce some decent music. But these new tracks that come in this year, they are particularly well done. And we kind of like to look for things that people are doing special in them, artists that are up and coming, people who we think, if we follow, are really going to do well in 2022. So that's what we're looking for here. I'm looking to add some new songs to my playlist, and I thought maybe you guys would want to hang out and do it with me. So let's get the show on the road. We're also going to do some Jack's Dailies as I go through some of the music news here and just kind of look around and see what's going on for the day. I'll let you know what I'm going to be reporting on, and we'll have a little chat on it so that we can kind of figure out what's going on behind the scenes in the music industry today. Kicking off on our release radar, this is over at our Spotify playlist. If you guys want to follow it, it is linked in the description box below. Rooftop by Kid Travis. And that was Kid Travis' new single, Rooftop, just came out. He's been doing really well lately. I've been following him for a little bit, and I like what he's got. We actually chat on Instagram sometimes, and when I've heard a single of his that I really like, I like the chill vibe of this one. I added it to two of our playlists, the top 100 new releases as well as the chill zone. So congratulations, Kid Travis. Still pressing out music, I see. I mean, like, I think I have known him for over a year, and I feel like every single time I look at my list, there's always something new and fresh from him. Yeah, he's kind of like swats right, that we heard yesterday, he is kind of like Swats. Swats and Kid Travis kind of like, they're always putting out something new, something fresh. And I love that about them, you know? But I like that. This is, you know, this is the moment, if you're going to release chill music, this is the moment to do it, because since 2016, there's been this chill music playlist that just bats around on YouTube. And a big thing that happens is people will just, I know I do, I put it on my iPad. It goes to my iLoud speaker. I'm not going to like disturb it because it's right there. But, you know, and I've got it piped in as like, I don't want to say background noise or white noise, but it basically is. It's just there right when I'm doing my work all day long, and it's unobtrusive, right? It's like that sweet sound. It's just that sweet spot. It's relaxing. It doesn't pull you away from what you're doing necessarily. But at the same time, it's very comforting. It's very warm. So if you make that kind of music, this is the time to be putting that kind of music out there on Spotify. You want it to start well. Don't like waste a lot of time on a big intro. Get to the vocal right away for the Spotify playlist to be more optimized. So that way more people will want it on their playlist. And if you keep putting out consistent tracks like that, we can definitely place it on lists and get it out to people, because I know a lot of curators that play songs like this on radio, on terrestrial, on FM radio, in the UK, in all over the world. I definitely know people that would take songs like this. So if you have anything like that, definitely send it our way. Prettiest Dress by Yazzie. Let's listen.
Guess I shouldn't be shocked that you found the right one after me. It's getting predictable. Every lover leaves. You see diamonds when you look at her. I'm crying underneath. I gotta get out of this room and collect what's left of me. So sad, in the prettiest dress I have, I pretty much broke in half, watching you love somebody else. So sad, now you're just a part of my past. Wishing I could take it back, watching you love somebody else. Somebody else. Somebody else. It's way too suffocating. You could've chose anyone, but you chose her, and I hate it. I fucking hate it. Gasping for air. No, I can't be near your atmosphere. Oh, I miss you. So sad, in the prettiest dress I have, I pretty much broken half. I see you love somebody else. So sad, now you're just a part of my past. I wishing I could take it back. I see you love somebody else.
Tell me her voice isn't beautiful. It's gorgeous, right? Really, really beautiful sound. I know, it's such a nice, warm, just glow to her voice. Very easy to listen to. Had to put it on chill zone playlist because, you know, again, this is another good thing. It doesn't not have to have lyrics, right? It has to have that vibe, that vibration that kind of flows from one song to the next, but yet each individual song is just something that you just love to listen to, you know? All right, let's go on to the next one. Read the Room by Elio.
I don't know how you swerve so far out of your lane. Or why you showing up unannounced in the first place? All you do is drop some names and talk about yourself. Your narcissistic tendencies are my version of hell. Lay yourself out and please get the fuck out of my face. You should read the room. Take that social cue. You should read the room and read between the lines. You go waste someone else's time. Read the room. You should read the room. How do I politely say suck my fucking dick? You're so nauseating, how do people stomach it? Crying over women who are way out of your league. And I'm confused 'cause I know everything about your personality. You should read the room. Take that social cue. You should read the room and read between the lines. You go waste someone else's time. Read the room. You should read the room. God, you're so oblivious, doing way too much. You love to act so sentimental, just as an illusion. You're not special, just pretentious, maybe even useless. You should read the room. Take that social cue. You should read the room and read between the lines. You don't waste someone else's time. Read the room. You should read the room. God, you're so oblivious, doing way too much.
I like that. It's good stuff. She's got, well, she's just definitely got edge, right, in a pop song, but all of that and a whole bowl of cherries, I would say, because that is a song that is very, very cool for today, for sure. That's got, like, you know, Generation Z and a whole other generation written all over it, for sure. You know, I was reading some of the music news today, and I have something to tell you about Fleetwood Mac after this. Let's listen to this next single first, When You Look at Me by Sarah Kayes.
I don't feel like you like me lately. I don't feel like I'm pretty. Do I have the same glow about me as that night in the city? When you told me, I remind you of the moon. I'm still holding onto that and onto you. When you look at me, do you still think that I shine brighter than anyone? Or have you seen somebody else lately who reminds you of the sun? I've been hoping since late September that you'd act how you used to. You keep saying you don't remember. Hate that I have to tell you how you told me I remind you of the moon and you'd hold me, and that now you never do. When you look at me, do you still think that I shine brighter than anyone? Or have you seen somebody else lately who reminds you
Yeah, just beautiful, right? When You Look at Me, Sarah Kay, she's got a gorgeous voice. It's such a nice songwriter song. I added it to actually three playlists. I added it the to the 100. I added it to the Love Bug playlist because that's perfect for that playlist. And that playlist actually gets people all year long because it's rated really, really well in romantic song playlists on Google search. So we notice that that page just constantly gets people listening to it. We have a lot of pages like that, actually. Those pages that we maybe created like a year or two ago, and we just update the songs constantly on them. And they get really great search engine listings and have been working out there for artists for a long time. And Love Bug is one of those, actually. All right, so I don't know who is... I hear a car. So let's play one more before I go into this Daily Jack story, just so that you don't get to listen to the car and my voice at the same time. This is Magic, Live in the Vineyard by Dylan Rockoff.
Something about you supernatural. I get goosebumps every time you call. Got me running through my fantasies. 40 West, I'm doing 93. Tell me where the sparks come from. Don't know, did we both bring some? Doing something that I can't explain. Lately, no, I'm not the same. You're just like magic. Not sure what it is, but baby, you have it. Life's better ever since you happened. You're just like magic. Voodoo, made me move however you want to. Make the night last till the sun shine through. You're just like magic.
Boy, that was super quick, right? I know. I loved it, though. It was kind of like a Bruno Mars kind of song, right? That's what I thought it was like. I know. Kind of. All right, so let's get Jack's Daily. So for those of you just joining me for the first time, Jack's Daily is a newsletter that I put out, and it talks about like music business news as well as social media, just kind of like the culture around musicians and what we do, right? Because we're kind of a big network of radio DJs and music business people that run festivals, people that throw concerts, the musicians involved, the producers, just everybody involved. And so Jack's Daily is kind of one of those newsletters that has a podcast, and it's been going on for a long, long time. If you want to pick up the newsletter, you can go to jacquelinejacks.medium.com and subscribe right there. It's part of the Medium system that was a platform set up by the original owner of Twitter. Anyway, I put out these stories there so that you guys can not only like keep an interest or an eye on them as they develop, but also utilize them to further your own growth in the business, because you have to be educated, you know. And even the music fans love to hear about what's been going on, like this interesting story that I just found for you. So let me type it up here, and I'll tell you what it is. So, just recently in the news, I noticed, I caught this story the other day, and I ran into it again. I was just reading through some of the ones that I bookmarked, and this was the one that came up. I wanted to go over it with you because it has to do with TikTok. And I covered the story when it first happened on TikTok. But now it's coming back around again. And this is important because TikTok is a very big trend in the music business right now. So 900 weeks on the charts. Is that even possible for Fleetwood Mac? If you don't know who Fleetwood Mac is, You've got to go do your history check and go find out. I can't imagine you being in the music business and not knowing, but if you're really young and you don't know, go look it up. For 45 years, the Rumors album of Fleetwood Mac has been on the charts. 926 weeks of that time, which is almost 18 years. Is crazy, right? But it's like they said, it's the trifecta that is still selling in what would be considered the impossible numbers considering its age. Because think about it, the album was released in February of 1977, immediately won Album of the Year at the Grammys, sold 20 times platinum just in the US and 40 million worldwide, and was eventually entered into the Library of Congress Registry of Historical Significant Recordings. They always pop these things up. So a little more history for you going back is that Rumors was rated as the 7th greatest album of all time in Rolling Stone's list of 500 greatest albums of all time. And I completely agree, of course. I mean, I really, really love the Rumors album. I've heard every song on it like tons and tons of times. It's on like personal playlists of mine still for this day. But even more remarkable is that Fleetwood Mac Classic sold 167,000 copies last year in the US and another 35,000 in the UK and 32,000 the year before. So that gives you kind of like an idea of what is considered the greatest album ever, right? Yeah, exactly. I love, love, love this album. It's incredible. So yes, agree with you, Zach, for sure. It says, it's certainly a classic album, but there are a lot of other classic albums from that period that don't nearly do this kind of business that Rumors does. Of course, having a hit on TikTok helps, and this is why I wanted to bring it up, because if you haven't addressed the video craze on TikTok, now listen, TikTok has been actually, I think, pretty easy point of entry for musicians if you follow the trends on TikTok and you keep up with it and you keep doing it consistently, because you've got two things going on. You've got trends of where you have a shot of being seen and noticed, and then you have consistency, which TikTok notices if you're consistently on the app and you do better. Your content will do better. And they'll first serve you up to a small group of your audience, and then that will grow. So if you continue to push out like 2 to 3 TikToks, maybe 4 TikToks a day, especially if they're with sounds that are popular, things that are trending, or your ability to jump into a thing that's trending, then you're going to get more activity on TikTok faster until you build an audience and you start being able to put just anything you want on there. Well, within reason, right? If you want to grow, you know how the trends are. You got to find a way to work your content in with the trends. Hey, Lines and Laces is in the house. Good deal. Oh, I got to play your song since you're here, so hang out. Okay, so having a hit on TikTok really helped them to reignite what was already popular, right? But it was with a different audience, because TikTok is a completely different audience, and they did not know who Fleetwood Mac for the most part was. So this guy in 2020, Nathan Apodaca, and that's the only reason why we know his name, posted a TikTok video of himself listening to the song Dreams while skateboarding and drinking cranberry juice. Only on TikTok could this happen, that like millions of people started drinking cranberry juice to this song and started doing that video over and over and over again. So much so that actually the band members of the band of Fleetwood Mac, they got TikTok. They got on TikTok and started doing their own versions of the TikToks. So this is the reason why this album kept hitting the charts. It got on the charts because of TikTok, not because it was doing really, really well on Spotify. It was already doing okay, but it wasn't with the TikTok audience. And this is that point, that pinnacle point in 2020 where people were like, TikTok can launch songs? TikTok can build a music business again? TikTok can put people back on the charts? Yes, it can, because if you could take a group that was popular with this album and a song that was from the 70s and make it the new latest TikTok video sound, and then it hits the charts and stays on the charts, that is where the music business is today. So that's why you want to have a TikTok, and you want, if you're a musician, you definitely want to get into that sphere. Is there an album that beat it? Well, Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, has been on the Billboard charts for 962 weeks, for your information, with a total sales of around $45 million. That's nothing. On a slow week, it still sells 8,000 to 9,000 copies worldwide. Think about how old Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. I mean, I think I saw them in concert in high school, right? And we used to think we were really cool when we listened to Pink Floyd when I was in high school. And it was already around for a long time. We just thought we were like hippies. So we just pulled up all the old songs, including Beatles and Blondies and everything we could find. And that was it. Mixed in with a little bit of Rush and some AC/DC and some other crazy stuff. So we've seen worldwide hits come and go, and still by quickly forgotten, like Gangnam Style. Do we remember Gangnam Style? Yeah, hey, I do. But think about Gangnam Style and how social media started to really come to mind of how things could spread virally. I mean, we've come a long way, if you think about it, right? I remember I was in the music business before YouTube, like literally before YouTube. I mean, I don't even want to think about that. Now YouTube is like the way you discover new music, right? And now TikTok is too, so it's crazy. They're few and far between and could be better classified as total outliers. It's too early to say whether another album since then will wear as well as these have over the years. I think I can probably think of some other albums that have worn this well. I mean, I would imagine that the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's album would have worn pretty well over the years. I would imagine that probably a James Taylor album, probably a Bob Dylan album. I mean, maybe not this many weeks on the charts, but I would imagine there were a lot of albums out there. I mean, like even AC/DC probably, I would say that. Led Zeppelin, Prince. There are some people that have been around for a long time and had some hits back in the early days of music. And for that matter, I feel like anything born out of the 70s still has a shelf life. I mean, call me crazy, but I totally see where like new generations could embrace Fleetwood Mac. You know what I mean? Completely. I mean, listening to music that comes out today, you get a good song like Dreams and you're like, ooh, that's really good. I like it. I'm going to add it to the playlist. So why not go back and revisit Fleetwood Mac in general, right? And look at Ed Sheeran and what he does. Ed Sheeran is not so far off of a lot of the type of ballads and the things, the full on orchestrated songs that some of these other people are doing. Occasionally he gets a little bit trendy, but for the most part, he doesn't. He really doesn't. And neither does Adele. Big ballads, right? She may as well be this generation's Whitney Houston. God bless her soul. All right, so Coney Island, Open Wave. Let's give it a listen. Well, that was crazy unexpected. I did not know what I was getting myself into. Thanks for hanging out for that one. But you know what? That is actually a playlist that we are about to launch next month. I have an artist that is doing like change your mind type of music, and this is along that vein, and it's really, really a popular thing today. You know, like there are apps that play nothing but this type of stuff so that you can just like decompress. And I have to say, it is. You just sit there and breathe deeply and you will decompress and stuff like that for sure. I know, I was surprised at the whales though. Like at first I was like, all right, this is starting really slow, but just because of where we were with the songs before, if this was on a playlist that was all like this would be really cool, because if you close your eyes, yeah, maybe Coney Island does actually sound like that. I know that there's a girl on YouTube that I find really interesting, and I think she lives like in the Netherlands or, you know, somewhere like that, and she literally films the sound of ice. So in the winter time, there are certain sounds that she takes her equipment out and films, and also does like aerial videos of them. And like you can see the ice transforming and cracking, and you can actually hear it. And the ice makes like moans and wails and all kinds of stuff. It's very similar to this. And it sounds like so mesmerizing that you literally want to sit there and look at it. So just look up on YouTube, the sounds of ice, and literally she will come up, and I'll get you a name after this. But I actually added this to the playlist because I think I'm going to add that track to that series that we do when we do that video coming out very, very soon. Actually, very relaxing sounds. Yeah, it is. And hello to you. Hello, you guys. It's good to see you in there. Thanks for joining me. So do you guys want to know what is the top 5 social media apps out there right now? Like, would you be shocked to know what is the most popular app? I'm going to play a song for you, and in the comments below, I want you to guess who is the number 1. And then we're going to find out right after this. This is Frickin' What Frickin' Wondershun by Royal Castles.
Auf dich.
commercials. They do remind me a lot of ABBA. A lot, right? I mean, pretty cool band. I like them. They're out of Ontario, Toronto, Ontario, actually. A little surprise for you there. So let's just take a look for the Daily Jacks at some social media trends, shall we? Should we talk social? I think we should. So you guys were guessing while we were playing that last song about the latest social trends and like who's in the top 5, right? And I have to say, I read a lot of the social trends for 2022, right? Just about everybody I know in the music industry has at one time or another made their list in the last, I would say the last 4 months, right? Since the new year. They started like in November and December, and then I started getting all their emails about who they thought was going to be the big thing for 2022 and which social media pages are going to be the big thing for 2022. Now, this social media trend for 2022 says TikTok. And you would think TikTok, but it's actually not TikTok. TikTok is in the top 5 of US best apps. Not Chinese best apps, but, which is really strange, but US best apps. And we can see why, as you know, by the story that I just told you about Fleetwood Mac and TikTok and their experience and how they, they made something really, really cool, right? But 4.6 billion people are on social media today. Now, I remember before COVID, it was getting there, right? But it wasn't nearly this large. And so what we've all been through, obviously, social media was like our saving grace. Thank God we had it, right? But the average time spent on social has gone up from like, the average time used to be like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I mean, I remember seeing stats and I'd be like, oh, wow, that's not really that much. Like, how do people, because my job is on social, so I feel like I could never manage with just 20 minutes. Even personally, I couldn't even check the emails within 20 minutes. But that was the average. Now the average this year, after all we've been through, is 2 hours and 27 minutes is the average. So you can imagine how things have shifted, right? And how much bigger the social media world is, even though our timelines might seem very, very small. I know my Facebook timeline can seem really small if I don't go out there searching for things. And that's where groups kind of come involved, right, into play. 93% of all internet users are also on social media now. And that wasn't the case before COVID. That number was significantly different. About 54% of those are male. And that was significantly different. There were a lot of females using social media, especially things like Pinterest, right? Pinning recipes, Facebook. They were like heavy social media for females. But now it's almost 50-50, 54%. So guys are starting to head on to social because you're not really doing that much, right? You used to go out, think about things you used to do with yourself in your days and nights, and now it's kind of different. The average user looks at 7.5 social media apps per month. Now, I'm trying to think if I actually look at 7.5 social media apps. So for me, it would be YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn. What am I missing? I mean, Spotify, if it's a social app. They're trying to make it a social app, right? I'm trying to think. Oh, I guess Messenger would be considered a social app because it's a different app actually than Facebook, right? So yeah, okay, I could see that. So as far as the top 5, let's do the top 5, and I'll tell you why I think these are in the top 5. So coming in at number 5 is actually TikTok. You would think TikTok would be the first one. TikTok is actually number 5 on the US and number 6 in the Asian market. And TikTok is the one that is all about short form video and kind of the new, like the new trend for the younger generation. But now you notice that like it's not just the younger generation. The Facebook generation has gotten onto TikTok, as Fleetwood Mac. Now they have TikTok too. So that is actually at number 5. Yes, Spotify I would not consider a social app. Yeah, I know. I don't know that. You know what? I kind of do because it really does mimic a social app. The only thing you can't do is like you can watch each other's friend activity. You might not know you can do that. You can actually, but you need another app to share. You can share your friend's activity. You can look at what they're looking at. You can see who, you can follow them. You can see who is playing what at what time, like 6 hours ago, somebody I follow played this. So in a way, it does act like a social app, and they are adding more features to it, you know? It's just that you really need another app to go along with it, like Twitter, in order to interact more and have a conversation. So far, as far as I can see on my dashboard, they might change that up. I mean, I've seen some news bulletins about changing that up. And you can connect your friendship activity with Facebook, which will connect to see what your friends are playing through Facebook. So it kind of works hand in hand. But again, you need a second app in order to interact more. So number 5 is TikTok. Number 4 is Instagram with 1.5 billion users. Now, I would think that Instagram would be higher on the list because Instagram has just come off of being the biggest trend ever. Reels are really hot right now. They're even feeding over to Facebook. The Reels from Instagram are feeding to Facebook. So coming in at number 4, I think is actually like, you know, I think that's low, but that's just me. I feel like everybody has an Instagram today, right? But not everybody has a TikTok today. So I don't know. 1.5 billion people. At number 3, WhatsApp. Now, who has WhatsApp here? Do you use WhatsApp? Are you on WhatsApp a lot? Is WhatsApp like a big thing? I know I use it, but I don't use it as a social media page. You know, like I don't give people my WhatsApp. I don't know, I guess they could just find it. I don't even really know how WhatsApp works other than some people call me on WhatsApp occasionally. Sometimes we'll use it as an internet phone for things like video calls. But so I'm not really sure. And some things you can share on WhatsApp. So I feel like people share stuff on WhatsApp with me that they can't share anywhere else because the file size or something. That's true. Everyone uses Instagram. Yeah, they do, right? Like every single musician I know always has an Instagram. Maybe 75% have a Twitter. They all have a YouTube page, but not a lot are using it. And hardly anybody has TikTok as much as it's popular. Almost everyone I know doesn't have a TikTok still to this day. And they really should, because that's where the music business is coming forward. So what did you guys say? That's true. Everyone is using Instagram. Yes. I do have a WhatsApp. Okay. What do you use it for? I'm interested. I'm not much of a hacker. Oh, there are hackers on it? Really? Yeah, I guess there would be. Well, there are hackers everywhere though, right? Like everywhere. I don't use it a lot. I answer the DMs. Yeah, that's true. But like, you know, I think my messenger in all of these apps is crazy. Like if you send me a message in these apps, think that it's going to take me a couple weeks to get back to you because it literally is just like that. You know, I get messages from everyone pitching things. So, you know, it's kind of hard to stay in touch on them unless I'm actually on there and it pops up at the same time. So that's number 3, right? So we've got TikTok at number 5, Instagram at number 4, WhatsApp at number 3, YouTube is number 2 with 2.5 billion. Now, I think YouTube is actually going to be at number 1. My projection is that YouTube is going to go to number 1, if not this year, then maybe the next couple of years, because I think that Spotify is majorly disappointing people, and YouTube Music is starting to hit that top curve. You can also go and comment on YouTube. You can do live streams on YouTube, which you guys are here with me, and you can do a lot with your YouTube channel today. And they have Content ID, so you can even do fair usage on YouTube these days, right? Which pretty interesting. There's not a lot you can't do on YouTube that you can't do anywhere else. Now, the benefit of YouTube is that it's public and there's Google search. So you can do a video about a certain topic and drive some traffic to it. And over time, like literally even 3 years from now, that video can be producing views and, you know, boosting up your watch time. So if you have a YouTube channel and you're in the music business, that would be my number 1 choice. My number 2 choice, if I were a musician, would be TikTok. and really investing time there, my number 3 would be Instagram. But Instagram, as in create an Instagram feed that reflects my music, use stories and reels mostly, and go out there on other people's Instagram and interact with them so that they see my profile and maybe come and check it out. And then naturally they can just go and have fun, like looking at my stuff if they're into what I have as a musician. That's how I would use Instagram. I wouldn't use Instagram just for like, just posting stuff all the time. And the number 1. What's the number 1? So what's the number 1? I know, right? I would think you guys would have guessed it by now. No? Great advice. Thank you so much. All right, so the number 1. So here we are. For those of you in the cheap seats just getting here now, TikTok is number 5, Instagram is number 4, WhatsApp is number 3, YouTube is number 2 with 2.5 billion, and with 2.9 billion users, it's Facebook. Facebook is still number 1. And I think it's because the group pages are so active, and I think the personal profiles are really active. I also believe that Facebook got a boost recently because, yeah, totally, right? I think it got a boost because it bought Instagram. When people are on Instagram and making reels, they can pop them over to Facebook. So a lot of times when I'm scrolling on Facebook, I get like jump down this little rabbit hole of videos. One video pops up, it's got like 3 million users. I'm like, okay, let's look at it. It's really funny, or it's really good. And then the next one comes and the next one comes. I try to go to the platform and it takes me to Instagram. So like, I really think that they got a boost and it kicked them up there because they not only had lifers for Facebook that just used Facebook to run their business, to advertise their businesses, to make sales of products and stuff like that. But then there's this user base that came over from Instagram and is just kind of working both ends. There also was a lot of work put into the group pages on Facebook in the last couple of years. And in groups, there's so much power of being able to share and categorize and handle massive amounts of people in these group pages, that if you find some hot groups, and I'm a member of a lot of really hot groups that like are so super active that literally you could build a business just on those groups, right? They're so active that they generate sales. If you have something for sale that specific audience would want. So like Facebook is a great place to make money. Facebook is a great place to see photo albums. It's a great place to stay connected with friends. The timeline's not great, but again, it will show you who you interact with most. So if you go and seek out people and go to your friend list and like actually go out there and say happy birthday and really be interactive, then those people will start seeing your posts more, and you'll start seeing more posts, not just like a very, very small filtered list. Plus they've gotten really built out as far as the settings. So you can change the settings a lot in Facebook to be able to reflect that in your timeline and do a lot more. So there are a lot of options there today, but it's so big that you get lost and you end up feeling like your world on Facebook is so small. And that's, I think, the only problem, is that in order to get it and really interact really well on Facebook and do well on Facebook, you have to think about the big picture of Facebook and how to utilize it and access the areas that it offers, because it is so large. It's kind of like being in a large building with a bunch of small rooms. You know what I mean? You've got to seek out the popular rooms that are really, really active, and you just really don't fall upon them very easily unless you're doing searches. But it has gotten better with hashtags and the integration of Instagram. So pretty interesting list, wouldn't you say? Yeah. So again, for musicians, I believe TikTok is a really must-have for musicians, and it's so easy to do those short-form videos. You can have fun with it and really enjoy yourself. Keep a list of tags. Start getting in and seeing who's doing well and why they're doing well. Make comments on videos, because people do follow the most active people. That's just the short list of how to promote on TikTok. But then Instagram, of course, similar, but I told you how I would use Instagram. WhatsApp, yeah, I don't really know that I would need WhatsApp. I would probably rather have like maybe Twitter, because there's just as many industry people on Twitter than there are on LinkedIn. If you went to LinkedIn, yeah, you could connect with people, but it's more like for people who like to blog and read stories and interact with business. And that's not a bad thing, but there are a lot of people pitching, using LinkedIn to pitch. So if you're going to go and try and infiltrate someone and get on their good side, you'd be better going over to Twitter and getting involved in the music industry by tweeting people, because it's short form and it's a lot easier, and they are more apt to follow, and they won't get lost. You'll actually, remember the tags and talk back and forth with them and see them more often. So Twitter's still a really good one for that. Facebook, yeah, Facebook pages and Facebook groups is definitely a good way to promote music. But still, my number one is YouTube. I love YouTube to promote music, because if you get in good with the algorithm and you're consistent and you really work your YouTube channel like a social media page, something that you nurture and care for an audience and deliver content and really work the live streams and the YouTube shorts and learn all about it. And just like 10, 15 minutes a day, dedicate yourself to learning more about your YouTube channel and analytics, and, watch the YouTube videos and comment on them, and, just get involved there. You can really have a thriving business through YouTube. You can monetize your channel if you want to, not only through their Content ID system, but also by people paying you to do things on YouTube once you start to build a channel. It used to be barrier to entry was 7 years to build a decent channel that was really streaming revenue. But these days it's 6 months. And I bet you didn't know that. You would think it'd be more because there's so many more people on there. But no, the Google search is so good and the suggested search is so good that if you narrow in and you really focus your YouTube channel on content, and you're not like going all over the place with your content, you really learn how to strategize, or come and work with me and I'll teach you how to strategize, you can build a company and make sales and really have a great audience on YouTube in just 6 months. Pretty interesting. And it doesn't take a lot of people either. Okay, so that is my Jack's Daily segment. You guys are going to see that popping up on all the streaming sites very, very shortly. Let's go listen to a couple more songs, and then I will let you go. Actually, I only have room for one more song, so who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Let's see. Let's look at the list. Lord, there's so many. So if you are here and you want to submit music, you go to avaliveradio.info/airplay. That's avaliveradio.info/airplay. And that's where you submit music. As you can see, I have a lot of music to listen to. So I am going to spin through more of these tonight for sure. On my list, most of these I have not even heard yet. So there is a lot that come in every single day. So please be patient. You know what? I'm going to pick Feed the Kitty because they interact with me all the time. And I like Feed the Kitty. They're totally cool. She Wore Black. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good day or good night. And I'll see you back here tomorrow.
What is this? What is life? What is love? Got to do with this? This old rhyme, my old ways, my old man won't be around to hear this old song, the same old tune. my soul free.
I like us better when we get high, when we find a place to stay, where we waste the day away. Sit around and chit chat, tell me that you feel that way. You know I can't wait, there's a weight on my shoulder. I won't believe when it's over. Feel like I've been sinking, always overthinking, buried too deep today. There's been a change in you. I can't believe it's true. But we used to have such nice long chats, and now I'm so lucky if you just talk back. Won't you come along and look my way? But goddamn, I'm dreading how long you'll stay with me. Won't you let me explain? I want you to take away my pain. There's a million different ways. Just give me the time of day. Think you can manage to clean up all the damage? We can do it all today. You won't show me a sign. So baby, cut another line. 'Cause we used to have such nice long chats, and now I'm so lucky if you just talk back. Won't you come along and look my way? But God, now I'm dreading how long you'll stay with me. Won't you let me explain? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, I've found you in my time of need. It's not getting any better, so it's time to leave. Yeah, I know that I said all of this before, but I don't wanna see your face right here no more, no There's been a change in me, and God, I wanna believe that we used to have such nice long chats, and now I'm